Growing up, I used to sit with my father and my brother Gordon. We'd sit next to the tabletop Philco radio. We'd all sing the songs about the top 10 songs in America on a program called the Hit Parade. Then in high school, my friend Dick Davis, we sang in the 3Ds together. We used to gather whoever we could and see if we could imitate the Four Freshmen, popular jazz vocal group. And we loved Stan Kenton and his jazz band. We were jazz fans, And then more than a few years later, I took the time to really listen and think. And I began to love classical music, especially Pepe Romero and John Williams when they played classical guitar. Wow. Well, there was another kind of music floating around, but I never got into that. It was a little beneath my dignity. But sometimes I couldn't help myself. We'd go to a ward party at the church, and one of our members was a rancher, and he liked to sing with his wife, and they sang songs like, "Yours hard to hold as quicksilver when you kiss and run away," whatever that meant. And then sometimes when we'd wake up in the morning, go into the kitchen to get ready for school, Mom would have on there a program on KSL radio called The Old Corral. They played the old country songs. Whew, that wasn't my bag. I think if child abuse had been invented in those days, I might have accused her of that. They sang songs like, "Pistol packing mama, lay that pistol down," and Eddie Arnold singing, singing his cattle call. Well, that wasn't my bag. Until the first year I went up to Idaho in the Idaho Panhandle to work in the forest there. And we were away from everybody, up in the hills, living in tents 7 miles from the nearest road. So we had to make our own entertainment, and my ukulele and I, we were pretty well accepted. Well, some of those good old boys came from Texas and Oklahoma, and they wanted to hear their music. Now, I've always tried to respond to requests, especially when those requests are made by people like Carl McClure, who was in our camp. Carl happened to be the boxing Golden Gloves heavyweight champion of Oklahoma. So when he requested, I answered. So we sang Cheating Hard, and we sang I'm a Moving On. We sang Tennessee Waltz. We sang till my fingers were sore and my strings were sagging. And something strange happened to me. I began to love country music. As you know, country music is all about guitars and banjos occasionally, fiddles certainly. So I thought for the rest of this I'd let my guitar do the talking, and I'll just accompany along. Well, when I fell in love with country music, as I mentioned, it was when, as the song says, country wasn't cool. To quote Barbara Mandrell and George Jones. When I got home at the end of the summer, my friends thought mountain fever had warped my brain. Whatever the mental condition, it has never left me. For a while I was a DJ on a country music station, and this sunk picking and singing even deeper into my soul. And why not? Look at the messages tucked inside these tunes. Waylon Jennings, psychological therapy. I've always been crazy, but it's kept me from going insane. And how about Tammy Wynette's marriage counseling? Stand by your man. What husband wouldn't slay dragons for a woman who sang that song? How about Annie Murray singing? You needed me. You needed me. How about Kenny Rogers' financial advice from the gambler. You gotta know when to hold 'em, know when to fold 'em, know when to walk away, and know when to run. If I had followed that counsel in 2008 before my humble stock portfolio went over the cliff, well, I might not have been singing "Freedom's just another word for nothing left to lose." Well, in the words of Roger Miller, you can't roller skate in a buffalo herd, but you can be happy if you've a mind to. And it could have been worse. I could have been singing with Buck Owens. I got the hungries for your love, and I'm waiting in your welfare line. But country boy can survive, according to Hank Williams Jr. And when things don't go my way, I find wisdom in Garth Brooks' observation that some of God's greatest gifts are unanswered prayers. And of course, country music would go broke without broken hearts. Willie Nelson's blue eyes crying in the rain, or a few generations before that, why can't I free your doubtful mind, your cold, cold heart? Hank Williams Sr., of course. And then there is the anonymous classic, I got tears in my ears from lying on my back, crying as I think about you. But of course, sometimes the gods of love smile down and romance erupts. Ernest Tubb offering to waltz across Texas with his beloved. And Sonny Kershaw crowning his wife. This is the queen of my double wide trailer with the polyester curtains and the redwood deck. And what woman could resist Aaron Wilburn's declaration of devotion? If my nose was running money, honey, I'd blow it all on you. Our musical group, the 3Ds, once toured with a show that also featured a jazz combo. I walked into a rehearsal of the jazz group one day, and they were imitating the country band. They were breaking each other up at how corny the music was. What they didn't know was that the joke was on them. They could no more play country than the country boys could finger the complicated riffs, the melodies in that jazz group. True, country music may be simple, but that doesn't mean it's easy. Sarah Evans said, just when I thought I was over you, you changed my mind with 3 chords and the truth. The 3 chords may be easy, but the truth better come from the depths of your soul. 3 chords and the truth.